Hi there, this is your week 3 overview. So remember to navigate the class for the weekly overviews. That's where you're going to find all of the information that you need. So we have our objectives up at the top. Then we have our handouts and readings. We're doing 2 more readings for our proposal paper that we're starting in week 7. So kind of looking at your timeline, on Monday we have our reading log number 2 due. You have a lesson on thesis statement due. And then you're going to go through paragraph structure. So we're learning how to write sections of this essay. And then you should start working on the About Me outline. So you should be able to write your thesis. You should be able to write paragraphs after following these ideas. In the example in the About Me essay, remember that I posted the example outline down here at the bottom, which goes over all of the, every line of the essay. So after you watch the thesis statement video and you view the PowerPoint and you do the lesson, then make sure that you come back to this sample and read through my thesis statement for this essay. Yours should be relatively close. Then the same thing, once you watch your lecture video on the Toolman model, you review the PowerPoint on paragraph structure, then kind of come through and look at how did I write my history paragraph? Look at my claim grounds warrant, how I'm using the Toolman model to craft my arguments. Same thing, go to my paragraph on personality traits, look at how I wrote this paragraph. Again, you can look at my claim, my grounds, and my warrants. And same thing for the futures paragraph. So you have this example for how each sentence should be written in this paper, but we're also practicing the Toolman model. This is going to be something that we use for every single essay this semester. It is the structure of a paragraph. It will see you through college writing. Every end of semester, I do a class survey, and 90% or higher, I think my average is usually like 97 or 98% of students say that this model is helpful, that they will use it in future classes, that it has helped them write more in an organized manner, that it helps them as they get to the research paper, pull in research in an organized manner. So I promise you, it might seem a little confusing at first, but this model will help you, because ultimately in any piece of writing, you're structuring an argument. You're making your idea, your argument, your claim. You're supporting that claim with grounds. Whether that's research or an example, you've got to prove your argument true with something. So in this case, in your About Me essay, that would be the examples from your life. And then you have to explain that. How does that relate back to your thesis statement? In this case, how does that relate back to your definition of self? If you've called yourself a passionate leader, how does this relate back to being a passionate leader? So you've got to connect everything back to that thesis statement, because that thesis is the glue that holds this whole essay together. So you've got to kind of remember those things, that's why we're practicing this. It brings organization, it brings structure, it brings clarity to your writing. So it's really important that you master this skill. Okay, so that's Toolman model, that's outline. I hope that kind of helps you through a few of those things. All right, for the rest of the week, all your lessons are pretty self-explanatory. So for your thesis introduction lesson, you've got a little video that goes over what thesis is. This is the PowerPoint on thesis statement. You are going to want to save this somewhere. You will use it on your final exam. It also goes over thesis fallacies. So what are errors that we make in thesis statements, like writing in first person or making an announcement. And again, I try to make everything, in a sense, kind of formulaic. So my math and science people, sometimes it helps you guys understand the style of writing a little bit better. And for a lot of students, it helps them see the parts. Instead of this big overwhelming essay, it's now just in chunks, and that makes it easier. So my thesis statement follows the same pattern. It's a formula. So you fill in your topic of the essay, the purpose, what are you trying to do with this topic, and then your support or your plan of development. How are you going to prove this throughout the essay? So again, look at the models, and then you have your thesis lesson, your thesis quiz, where you're going to have to identify thesis fallacies, and you're going to have to write your own thesis statement. So make sure you have that PowerPoint open so you can complete that. So that's the thesis lesson. Toolman model I went over. Then kind of moving into next week, we are drafting your About Me essay, getting ready to submit that final copy. You've got your week 4 overview that will see you through next week. There's only one other thing that I wanted to show you at the bottom of week 3, which is the About Me, or I'm sorry, the basic essay writing videos, which are all here. So I've made some extra videos in there. It seems like a lot of students at this point know introductions and conclusions. So if you don't, I've included this here. So if you are unfamiliar with a formal intro of having a hook, an attention getter, a transition where you move from the hook to your topic and introduce your topic, and then thesis statement, there's a quick video here on the parts of an intro, and you can see the parts here. And then same thing, there's 3 parts to a conclusion. You restate your thesis, you recap or summarize the major arguments in the essay, and then your so what. Why is this important to all readers? So again, there's a video here. I've attached all the PowerPoints, so if you don't want to watch the whole video, you can just kind of scan the PowerPoints that I go through, and they're there. Also for the Toolman Model video, I've attached the PowerPoints, and the basic essay structure video, I've attached the PowerPoint. So if you need any help and you want to have those resources open rather than the video, they're all here. So that's what that last thing is in week 3. These are also, your final exam will be open note. Sorry, I'm jumping around there. Your final exam will be also open note. So at the bottom of week 3, you've got all those PowerPoint resources. I would probably download those now and put them in a folder somewhere. So that way when you work on the final exam study guide, or when you're taking the final exam and it's open note, you have those resources already. You don't have to try to remember in 17 weeks, oh, where did I save that? Oh, where is that? Make a folder, finals prep or something like that, and save them in there. Okay, so I hope that helps. If you have any questions, let me know. This week is all geared towards helping you learn the basics of writing. Intros, thesis statements, body paragraphs, Toolman model, conclusions. Okay. As always, I have my office hours. Please come in early. So if you're not understanding Toolman model, if you're not understanding any part of this, my information's here. You have when I have my set office hours. If you can't make those, then just email me and we can work out a time to meet beyond that. But that's all there for you. Okay. Good luck. This week is kind of a tough week. I'm not going to lie. You got a lot of content to cover and a lot of things to learn. So email if you have any questions. Good luck.